We're learning that a lecturer has resigned after being asked to remove her hijab. A lecturer has resigned from the Jain PU College. She was teaching English at the PU College in Tumakuru in Karnataka. Now we'll bring you a few more details. Some staff were forced to remove their hijab. My colleague Harish Upadhyay is with us. Harish, I need to ask you, one or two crucial questions here. I know that contentious interim order, we have discussed a lot of it, but didn't it specifically refer to students? So how is the college giving their reasoning for asking for this?
Well, if you're talking about the lecturers, there's actually no specific order that denies these lecturers from wearing hijab inside the classroom. In fact, if you look at this particular order of the Karnataka High Court, it clearly mentions that it is for students. They are being restrained from wearing any sort of a religious attire, especially wherever there is a CDC which has a prescribed dress code. In this case, we are talking about a lecturer and it's at a PU college, and there is no order on that. And we have seen some very over-enthusiastic officials trying to extrapolate this order as a dress code even for lecturers. We've seen that happening in a college in Mandya. Now Jain College in Tumakuru asked their lecturers to not wear it, and one of the teachers, we understand her name is Chandani, has now resigned, saying that hijab is her fundamental right. Constitution allows her to wear it, and if the college doesn't want to allow her, then she would rather choose to resign instead of teach there without the hijab.
Harish, I think what we're playing out for our audiences right now is the letter itself. You've just, I think, shared some details from the letter. Could you tell us a little bit more about what that letter actually says?
Well, she makes it very clear that Constitution allows her to wear the hijab, and if now the college has stopped her from wearing hijab, then she would rather choose to resign from the post instead of continuing there. She says Constitution gives me this right, and the decision of the college is highly undemocratic.
All right, Harish, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Now I'm going to take our audiences back to Swastika. As you remember, Swastika has been in Udupi. Swastika was telling us a little bit right now about students and how they've chosen to either protest, stay at home, come forward, attend school, the different actions young students have taken across the state. Swastika, tell us a little bit more. What I'm looking to understand from you also is whether the situation has largely returned to one of calm in some places at least.
Well, it is. In fact, we have been visiting different parts of Karnataka. We are in Udupi city, and since the time I arrived here, which is about 4 days ago, the situation has been largely peaceful, and that's because the security has been tightened. In all the areas where protests had earlier broken out, police deployment have been posted there. In Chikmagalur, in Kundapura, where there was violence also, in those areas also the situation is pretty much under the control. Now the protests that have been coming to light, these are isolated incidents. For instance, here in Udupi city, there was a college where a group of students walked out of the institution after they were barred from entering the campus wearing hijab. Now Muslim students have been arguing that institutions where the CDC, the College Development Committee, is not present. Why is it that the college authorities are suddenly taking a U-turn and not allowing them to wear hijab, which they have been since a long time? Now, college authorities say that until there's a final order from the Karnataka High Court, they are not going to entertain students, not just Muslim students, but also Hindu students and students from other communities to wear any kind of religious attire and enter their campus. Now, the college authorities, rethinking sort of comes in the backdrop of backlash. They don't want to face any kind of backlash from other communities, and second thing is they don't want to get into any controversy. That is why the Karnataka High Court, Karnataka state government also has now passed an order saying all minority welfare residential schools and colleges will also follow the same order. While the order is being implemented strictly on the ground, there have been isolated incidents such as the one in Tumakuru where a teacher has resigned after she was asked not to wear hijab inside the campus. So these incidents have been happening at a rapid rate at different parts of the state, but no protests or violent agitations that we saw last week have taken place anywhere in Karnataka.
All right, Swastika, stay with us. We actually have some more breaking news related to this story coming in.